Why am I supposed to rebuke the committee? I am
You
not.
have been saying things for a while.
What?
You have been rebuking this committee.
You are saying that.
We're not blaming the Vice President on this.
I asked
Honorable
the
Marcoleta,
question.
we
I asked
are
the
not
question.
blaming
the right to defend.
1 minute suspension is declared by the chair.
Move to suspend.
Pupuntahin natin dito lahat, hindi lang ang Office of the Vice President ang dapat umupo dito. Lahat na po ng inisyuhan nyo ng notices of disallowance must sit here kung pag-uusapan po ay ang paggamit nitong intelligence funds. Do you understand, Madam?
Congressman Marcoleta, you cannot move because you are not a member of this committee.
It's good that you have raised that, Mr. Chair. I am a Vice Chair of this committee. On September 4, I was surprised because I saw the journal. If I am replaced as a Vice Chair, does that automatically mean that I am removed as a member of this committee?
Hindi po masyado naintindihan ni Congressman Marcoleta yung katanungan niya. Sapagkat kanya pinareho ang Confidence Fund at ang Intelligence Fund.
Kakapasok lang na balita. Grabe Congressman Rodante Marcoleta, sinibak sa pwesto ng Kongreso, tinanggal na sa posisyon niya. Ayon sa nakalap nating impormasyon, uminit si Congressman Benny Abante sa mga ginawang birada ni Congressman Rodante Marcoleta. Matapos sabihin pinagtatanggol si Vice President Sara Duterte, tinawag na pagkontra sa kapwa niya kongresista. Sa mga hindi nakaalam, nag-ugat ang awayan ng dalawa sa budget hearing, patungkol nga sa confidential fund. Matapos tumanggi, di umanong manumpa sa kanila ang VP. Dahil i-impeach naman daw kasi siya. Pero nauna na sinibak si Marcoleta ng committee. Sinibak siya ng mga kapawan niya kongresista.
Thank you. The Honorable Marcoleta is now recognized for his interpellation.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, sasamantalahin ko na po ang presence po ng mga kinatawan ng Commission on Audit. Gusto ko po sanang itanong mula sa kanila, ano-ano pong mga opisina ng ating pamahalaan o ahensya ang pinagkakalooban po ng intelligence and confidential funds?
Attorney Camora, please respond.
Confidential funds are given to NGAs, to LGUs, and some GOCCs po.
You can elaborate, Madam Representative, sino po sa mga LGUs ang binibigyan po ng intelligence and confidential funds?
Sa LGUs po, depende po sa LGU, sa POP po nila, Mr. Chair.
Hindi po ba yung mga opisina ng mayor ay nakakatanggap ng intelligence and confidential funds?
As long as it is part of their budget, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair.
Kaya nga po tinatanong ko sa inyo, kayo po nakakaalam kasi kung sino-sino sa kanila. Karaniwan po yung opisina ng mayor, nakatatanggap po, maaaring hindi lahat, ngunit nakatatanggap po basically yung opisina ng mayor. Tama po?
According to the joint circular po, LGUs whose peace and order is a priority concern, sila po usually yung nag-allocate ng confidential funds.
Kaya nga po, base po sa record ninyo, may mga mayors po, opisina ng mayor ang nakatatanggap ng confidential and intelligence funds. Kasi po kayo ang nag-o-audit eh.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Para hindi na tayo magtagal, ganun lang kasi. Pati po opisina ng gobernador nakakatanggap din po ng ganong klaseng pondo, hindi po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yun pong PNP nakakatanggap po.
Intelligence fund po sa
Opo,
PNP.
yung AFP nakakatanggap po.
Yes po, Mr.
Ang
Chair.
opisina po ng ating Pangulo ay nakakatanggap po ng intelligence funds.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ngayon po sa mga karamihan po ng opisina ng mayor at opisina ng gobernador at alimpang mga LGUs na maaaring makatanggap nito, depende sa kanilang pangangailangan. Yung AFP at saka yung ating kapulisan at ang ating opisina po ng ating Panguluhan. Masasabi po ba ninyo na merong na-issuean po ng notice or notices of disallowance sa napakaraming opisina na tumatanggap ng ganitong pondo?
Mr. Chair, pagka meron naman pong mga ibang agencies na
Kaya nga po gusto ko pong malaman, halimbawa 2022 at saka 2023, ballpark figures lang po, ilan po sa mga opisina ng mayor na nakatanggap ng confidential or intelligence funds ang subjected to notices of disallowance? Ilan po sa opisina ng gobernador, ganun din po yung tanong. At saka sa iba't ibang mga opisina pa, para malaman lang natin, kahit ballpark figures lang, ilan po yung na-issue nyo na notices of disallowance concerning these types of funds?
Mr. Chair, wala po kaming data on the said information today because we only have data on the OVP po. I cannot give an exact number
Bakit po? Kakasasabi nyo lang na meron din kayong sinubject sa notice of disallowance eh. Bakit po yung opisina lang ng OVP ang meron kayong record?
Yung hawak po namin ngayon, Mr. Chair, since ito po yung subject ng inquiry, we are prepared as to the OVP. Pero as to other
O sige po,
agencies-
ganito na lang. Meron po ba kayong estimated na bilang ng na-issue nyo na kayo po kasi pag intelligence and confidential funds, kayo po yung auditing unit ang nakatoka para tingnan po ang pagkakagasta ng tipo ng fondong ito. Tama po?
Tama po, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Makapagsasabi po ba kayo ng estimated number? Ito po, kinabibilangan ng opisina ng mayor, ng gobernador, ng ISAP, ng kung ano-ano, ng siguro po, maski National Intelligence Security Council, AFP, ang kapulisan. Can you provide us a ballpark number of the notices of disallowance that your office has initially issued?
Mr. Chair, I cannot give you a ballpark figure now since hindi naman po ako involved sa entire ICFAO. So,
Wala po bang isa sa inyo na nakaupo ngayon sa aming harapan ang makapagbibigay man lang ng estimated number? Napakarami po ng mayor, napakarami po ng gobernador.
precisely, sir, kaya sa ibang division, wala po akong...
Pwede ba natin sabing 100 or 500 notices of disallowance?
I cannot say po, Mr. Chair.
How can you help us? We are supposed to be doing this in aid of legislation. Kaya namin kayo pinatawag para tulungan nyo kami.
Mr. Chair,
Ang sabi po ng jurisprudence, which was quoted by no less than the former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Reynato Puno, quoting various jurisprudence. Kasama na po yung Arnold versus Nazareno. There should be a legislative purpose. That's number one requirement. The number two requirement, there should be pertinency in relation to those legislative purpose. Kaya po
Congressman Marcoleta,
tinatanong
you
ko,
have 1 minute.
tinatanong ko po ngayon, gaano karami, o sige ganito na lang, marami ba ang na-issue nyo po na notices of disallowance in connection with these types of fund?
Sir, I really cannot give an exact number.
Hindi nga sabihin mo
today.
lang, marami.
Attorney,
Medyo marami.
Attorney Camora, could you please submit the documents that the Honorable Marcoleta is requesting?
Yes.
Kasi sa ngayon, bago ako
As to the
magtapos,
numbers.
Mr. Chair, I want
Yes,
to wind
Mr.
up now.
Yes.
I want
please
to wind up now. Can you at least sabihin mo lang, marami, medyo marami. Pati ba naman yun, hindi mo... Ang dami po nating mayor dito sa buong Pilipinas, ang daming gobernador, pati kapulisan, ISAP, AFP. So sabi mo kanina, marami na-cover ng ilan ba?
Madam Chair, kung yung current year, I can answer na
O yung,
konti lang
on
po.
the average noon, yung halimbawa 2020, 2021, 2022, by way of your experience, by way of your former data,
Previous years po, I cannot say since bago lang po ako sa ICFAO. So, we could just provide you po with the documents.
Please wrap up. One last question, Congressman
what about
Marcoleta.
to the other members of the Commission on Audit? Through your experience, let's say in the last 10 years, wala kayong may bibigay? Alam po ninyo kung bakit ko tinatanong ito? Kung marami po kayong na-issue, at alam ko marami talaga, na notices of disallowance, pupuntahin natin dito lahat, hindi lang ang Office of the Vice President ang dapat umupo dito. Lahat na po ng inisyuhan nyo ng notices of disallowance must sit here para makagawa po kami ng mas maganda, mas balanse na batas. Kung pag-uusapan po ay ang paggamit nitong intelligence funds. Do you understand, madam?
Yes, I understand po the question.
So,
However,
the committee is expecting to receive the number as well as the pertinent records pertaining to the issuance of notices of disallowance to the municipal mayors, governors, the PNP, the AFP, and such other agencies who are recipients of intelligence and confidential funds because later on we will also summon them and sit
Congressman-
with us. Thank you, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair.
Congressman Marcoleta, you cannot move because you are not a member of this committee.
It's good that you have raised that, Mr. Chair. I am a vice chair of this committee. On September 4, I was surprised because I saw the journal that I was replaced by my comare. The question is, if I am replaced as a vice chair, does that automatically mean that I am removed as a member of this committee? Before you answer that, Mr. Chair, I think I need some legal basis before you answer that.
Yes, your removal from the vice chair, you were removed in a plenary session, House Rules. Now, under Section 28 of the House Rules, it provides that the House shall, upon the recommendation of the Committee on Rules, organize committees, their membership, and jurisdiction. Therefore, your removal as vice chair and member of the House was a plenary action, and therefore, it should be the plenary who should include you as member or as vice chair. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, it was very clear that I was removed as vice chair. I was not removed as a member.
Because you were
There is this distinction between being a member and vice chair. If I
Yes,
was
but-
removed as vice chair,
but your appointment as vice chair, you were not appointed as member. Your appointment was as vice chair. So hindi naman po kayo
Mr.
in-appoint
Chair.
muna as member bago kayo ginawang vice chair. Your immediate appointment was as vice chairman, and therefore your removal as vice chair will remove you as member also. Yun po yun.
Well,
And it's a
that is
plenary
your-
action. The committee has nothing to do with it.
that is your opinion, Mr. Chair, but I am expecting that some kind of a basis should be presented that upon removal of a vice chair, that automatically also removes him as a member of that committee. That's all I am asking, Mr. Chair.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
We have already answered the manifestation or the inquiry of the Honorable Marcoleta. Next to interpolate is
Mr. Chairman,
Honorable.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, with the permission, with the indulgence of Honorable Dionisio, I would like to recognize the Honorable Aduano.
Mr. Chairman, under our rules, there is a motion for a point of order, and it is one of the highest motion that should be ruled by the chairman. So, Mr. Chairman, just a parliamentary procedure. The chairman should recognize the person that moves for a point of order because that is one of the highest motion that should be recognized by the chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Noted. Honorable
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Vice Chairman Abante.
with the indulgence of Congressman Dionisio, may I be recognized?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, with the
just a point of inquiry. There's a motion for a point of order, and I have stated that is the one of the highest, well, in fact, second highest motion. So the chairman should rule on that point of order that was raised by, I think, it's Congressman Valeriano.
My point of order is that the chairman already ruled na he was removed as vice chairman of the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountabilities.
It was already answered. It was already ruled, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you po.
Mr. Chair.
With the indulgence of Congressman Dionisio, the Chair would like to recognize the Vice Chairman Abante.
Mr. Chair, a while ago, COA has answered the question of Congressman Romy Ako as far as the difference between an intelligence fund and confidential fund. Can you please repeat that? Meron pagkakaiba ang intelligence fund saka ang confidential fund?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Ang Intel Fund po, it is given to uniformed and military personnel and intelligence practitioners. And the purpose is for activities that have direct impact to national security. For confidential fund, they are given to civilian government agencies that are intended to support the mandate or operations of the agency.
Okay, Mr. Chair, therefore, ang intelligence fund, hindi confidential fund.
Yes, Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
pero kanina, yung pong question ni Congressman Marcoleta, sinasabi niya palagi confidential fund or intelligence fund. Am I right?
They are separate po.
O therefore, hindi po masyado naintindihan ni Congressman Marcoleta yung katanungan niya. Sapagkat kanya pinareho ang confidential fund at ang intelligence fund. Na gusto kong itanong, Mr. Chair, no? Sinabi niya kanina, sinabi mo na mayroong confidential fund ng mga mayors and governors, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Intelligence fund, meron pa silang intelligence fund?
Generally, wala po since hindi naman po sila uniformed personnel.
Okay, malinaw, Mr. Chair, na walang intelligence fund ang mga gobernador at mga mayor. Pero merong confidential fund. Yun po ba? Tama ba ako?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Yung mga vice mayor at vice governor, meron ba intelligence fund o confidential fund? Meron ba silang confidential fund ang vice mayor at vice governor?
Actually, sir, it's per agency po. So, if, for example, ma-designate na SDO ang vice, pwede po siyang mabigyan.
Ano yun? Ano yun?
It's
If
per
he is
agency po.
designated
If
as
he is
mayor.
designated
Correct.
As SDO po.
Oh,
As SDO.
sabihin, if the vice mayor is designated as mayor, magkakaroon siya, correct?
As mayor po. As SDO po.
Ano SDO?
Special Disbursing Officer.
Special Disbursing
Special
Officer.
Yes.
Ay kung hindi, wala siyang confidential fund.
Yes.
O therefore, regularly, walang confidential fund ang vice mayor at ang vice governor.
Yes.
Ayan. Katulad din po yan ng Pangulo. Ang Pangulo dapat magkaroon ng confidential fund. Tama po ba ako?
Kung based sa GAA po. tama
Opo.
po.
Pero ang Vice President, hindi kinakailangan magkaroon ng confidential fund. Am I right?
Not in...
Am I right? Not necessarily correct. Following my question on the line of questioning that I have with the Vice Governor and the Vice Mayor.
Sa NGAs po kasi, sir, what is expressly provided
Oo.
in the GAA. In the GAA po.
Then normally, katulad ng I'm just following the question that I asked, di ba? Saya mo kanina, yung Vice Governor at yung Vice Mayor, normally wala yung confidential fund. Correct? Oh.
Yes, Madam Mr.
Unless
Chair.
otherwise, they've been designated as what?
As SDO, Mr. Chair.
SGO. Okay. Ganun din naman ang Pangulo at ang Vice President. Correct? Oh, kung yung Vice President designated din na ganyan, meron siyang confidential fund. Am I right?
Mr. Chair, what we only know is whoever is given confidential funds in the GAA can use
Siguro ang
confidential
BBM
funds.
pwede makasagot niyan. Yusek, pwede mo ba sagutin to?
Yeah, Mr. Chair.
Yusek Toledo, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, there is a provision in the GAA kung sino yung nabigyan po natin ng confidential fund, which is basically na-identify doon sa bawat GA po natin. For example, for 2023, nabigyan po natin ng ang mga ahensya ng gobyerno ng confidential fund from OB, tapos doon sa Office of the Vice President, mayroon din sa DA, mayroon din sa DepEd, may DNR. So all the way po, may listahan po tayo ng confidential funds na binibigyan natin sa bawat ahensya.
Yung po bang binigay nating confidential funds sa Vice President, is that normal? Is that a normal procedure? Is that a normal procedure or not? O ito lang kahilingan? Kahilingan lang po ito.
There was releases po natin in the previous administration, even Mr. Chair. So I think part of that, at may request po sila, so we provided them.
Kahilingan, request, di ba?
Mr.
But it
Chair.
is normal procedure. Si Vice President Lenny po ba, meron siyang confidential fund? Vice President Lenny Robredo? Nagkaroon ba siya ng confidential fund? O hindi siya humiling?
I will check, Mr. Chair, of the data we have already provided.
Yung ibang naging Vice President, for example, like Vice President Kabayan, Noli de Castro, meron po bang confidential fund?
As Mr. Chair, as far as for the Vice President Leonard Bredo, wala pong confidential funds
Ayan,
po
wala.
binigay natin.
Vice President de Castro, wala din, di ba?
I think wala rin.
Vice President Doy Laurel, wala rin.
If I, that's too long. Malayo. Sorry, sir. Oh, yeah?
Hindi ba,
Wala ba
bata
ako-
pa kayo noon.
Wala pa. Yes, Mr. Chair. Sorry for that. Pero yes,
Oh.
Mr. Chair, probably from the previous administration lately, as mentioned, si Vice Mayor, President Leno Robredo, wala pong confidential fund.
Therefore, Yusek Toledo, taga saan po kayo, Toledo?
Sir, I'm from Region 1. North. Region 1 po ako.
Region 1, sa Ilocos.
Pangasinan, sir.
Ha? Sa
From Pangasinan, Mr. Chair.
Pangasinan?
Yes, sir.
Oo, baka mag-anak kayo na misis ko. Toledo ang misis ko taga
Please wrap
Pangasinan
up,
din.
Congressman Abante.
Hindi, tinatanong ko lang. Tinatanong ko lang. Baka mag-anak ko to okay. Teka lang, meron pa akong tanong sandali ha?
Mr.
So
Chairman.
therefore, Mr. Chair, it is not a normal procedure for the Vice President to have confidential funds because the previous Vice Presidents did not ask for any confidential fund, Mr. Chair. That is what I'm trying to say. So therefore, this is just a request from the Vice President. And being a very courteous DBM, you have given the Vice President confidential fund because if that is normal procedure and according to law, you should have given already confidential fund to the Vice President now. Di ba? Tama ba ako?
Yes, Mr. Chair, you're right.
Ayun. O gusto ko lang po malaman, Mr. Chair, ng taong bayan natin na hindi po normal procedure na magkaroon ng confidential fund ang Vice President sapagkat yung mga previous na Vice President ay hindi po nagkaroon ng confidential. Ito po'y kahilingan lamang. Kaya ang tanong natin dito, bakit kinakailangan magkaroon ng confidential fund ang Vice Presidente? Tulad po ng tanong ni Congressman Marcoleta, wala na po siya rito. Yung mayor, yung governor, maaaring okay yon. Pero yung vice mayor at yung vice governor, normally, wala. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Before I recognize Congressman Pa Ortega, I would just like to make a short manifestation. That is precisely the reason and the purpose of this committee hearing because this is in aid of legislation. Now, we are seeing loopholes sa mga batas po natin. Kaya nga po, ginagawa po natin ito so that we will be able to draft or enact laws that will help us set certain parameters with respect to this issue. Kasi ngayon lang po natin nakikita to So with that, the Honorable Ortega is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Of course, with the indulgence of Congressman Dionisio. Yes,
Okay daw.
please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Would just like to include for the consumption of the committee, Mr. Chair, and for the questions of the Honorable Abante. And to your point and manifestation, Mr. Chair, we do agree na kaya nga po natin tinitignan to dahil nagkakaroon po ng mga problema sa loopholes yung batas na nagagawa. So for the year 2000, 5.1 million under Vice President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. 2002, 5.1 million under Sofisto Gingona Jr. 2005 to 2010, 6 million under Vice President Noli Di Castro. 2011 under Vice President Jejo Marbinay. 2016 to 2022 under VP Leni Robredo, 0. And under the current Vice President, Mr. Chair, 2023 is 500 million, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Abante.
Now, I do realize that it is upon the power of Congress to give, allow confidential fund. It is not the power of DBM, correct? Upon the power of Congress. Therefore, the Vice President should still be thankful that she was given a confidential fund by the power of Congress. Yun po yung gusto kong sabihin din sa inyo.
Ngayon, ikaw, bilang Pilipino, ano ang masasabi mo at reaksyon sa balitang ito? Mag-iwan ka ng komento sa ibaba at atin pong babasahin isa-isa.